Today, we'll see where things stand because producer prices don't necessarily indicate what you will see with consumer prices. But again, a lot riding on this number and the Fed's expectation of what it will do as a result. Rick Santelli is standing by at the CME in Chicago. And Rick, we've got about 20 seconds before we get these numbers, but a lot riding on this.
Yes, a lot riding on it. And yesterday we did make some hay with the short-term month-over-month on PPI, but the year-over-year was still sticky, well over 3%, even though some mild progress is made. Same may be true today. We want to pay very close attention to year-over-year on retail inflation. And here we go. Consumer Price Index for December comes out up 0.4 on the headline, exactly as expected. To find a higher number than 0.4, you're going all the way back to August of 2023 when it was up 0.5%. Strip out the all-important food and energy, up 0.2, 1/10 cooler than we expected, 1/10 cooler than the rearview mirror, up 0.2. How does that comp? We equal July of 24. Find a lower number, you go back to June of 24. Year-over-year numbers, here we go. On the headline, year-over-year, up 2.9. As expected, and I always question how much more important as expected is to the fact that it's 0.2 higher than our last look, which was 2.7. To find a number higher than 2.9, you're going to June of last year. And finally, on the year-over-year core, it's 3.2%. 1/10 lighter than the rearview mirror, 1/10 lighter than expectations. But, 3.2 is a little bit of progress. It equals where we were in August. Now, that equals August. To find a lower number, you're really going in the Wayback Machine. You have to find a 3% number, and that's all the way back in April of 21. Now, many don't look at the indices. I look at the indices. This really says it all. Okay, if you look at the CPI index, started in 1913, it now is 315.605. 315.605. That's the second highest number ever. The highest, the record, was October of 24. If you look at this, pretty much every month we make new all-time highs. So it's nice that we pulled back just a smidge. And if we look at the year-over-year, core, going all the way back to 1957, 323.38. That is a new all-time high. What does that tell me? We could look at these numbers based on expectations like we do, but the reality is, even yesterday, if you looked at some of these smaller month-over-month numbers, it just means that the inflation rate is growing more slowly. It isn't going in reverse, and that's what these indices tell us, that virtually anybody out there watching that isn't an economist, they feel the pressure of rising prices, and it's a pressure that very much never seems to ease off. We don't normally see a lot of negative numbers. And speaking of negative numbers, there's one I haven't pointed out yet. Empire was also out. January number, kind of real time, minus 12.6. Minus 12.6 would be the weakest, going back to minus 15 and change in May of last year. So we still see that manufacturing is a bit curtailed. Interest rates moving significantly lower here, significantly lower. Maybe it was the month-over-month core. Maybe it's the fact that we came in as or a little light on expectations, what the market prepared for. But like yesterday, we want to watch the secondary and tertiary response as we get closer to the opening of equities, because it may be a very short-lived rally pushing yields down. And I do want to point out that we have traded slightly on an intraday basis above 480 in a 10. We touched 5% yesterday briefly in a 30. And the dollar index, well, even though it isn't on its highs now on Monday, it was at a 26-month high close. Becky, back to you.
Okay, Rick, stay right there. A lot of analysis. We need more.
All right, we'll come back to good morning, everyone. We'll come back to CNBC in a second to hear their analysis. But you can see there that month over month, their numbers are all over the board. Month over month actually came in 0.1% higher than expected, but core month over month came in 0.1% less than expected. The year-over-year number, 2.9%, came in as expected. This is something for those of you that joined the live yesterday. I was saying that Usually PPI is a lead up to CPI. It's very rare that you have extremely divergent PPI and CPI numbers. If PPI comes in better than expected, usually that leads into a better than expected or as expected CPI. So you are seeing that reflected now with the yields completely dropping. So if we look at the 10-year yield, you can see that the 10-year yield dropped 1.8% so far this morning, right, which will bode well for bonds. And we're hoping to see some respite here from this aggressive move in bonds that's really been going on since September 2023. Now, for those of you that also joined the stream yesterday, and obviously those of you in the Discord, you know that I am in Russell 2000 calls. My thesis is that Russell 2000 is going to outperform NASDAQ and the S&P 500 in January. If we get a rally towards the inauguration, usually small caps tend to outperform in that short time window. So Russell 2000 currently up pre-market 2.6% up. That is insane. Much higher than a much bigger move percentage-wise than the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 or even the Dow Jones, right? Even though those are doing well, but the Russell 2000 is absolutely killing it. So currently have those 220 calls that I shared with you guys yesterday, which were already up. Here, I'll share these with you again, but these were already up almost 30% yesterday. So I can't imagine what they would be up today. And they expire February 21st. So we have a bit of time, over a month left. So I'll be looking to close these out as we get nearer to the inauguration. But yeah, we'll see what they open up at. And shout out to Public. I told you guys about this yesterday, but it is the only options platform that's regulated in the US that actually gives you rebates for options trades. So not only are options trades free, but you get paid rebates from the order flow. So if you want to sign up for a Public account, a regulated broker in the US, not only are options trades free, but you actually get paid for each. You get paid a little bit back of the order flow for each options trade. And they have high yield bond accounts. Right now, their bond accounts paying 7.09%. But yeah, based in New York, and in my opinion, better than any of the quote unquote free platforms such as Robinhood or Webull. So if you're looking for an alternative to Robinhood, I would definitely go with Public.
Frustrating in terms of how quickly it's coming down, but it is slowly heading lower as primary rents are heading lower. So I think good reaction, but we still have lots of questions around what are we going to get from the policy front.
Yeah, and Peter, I'd ask you how much.
In terms of the overall, the broader market, we do have divergence here between NQ and ES. So you can see that ES created a lower low from November 19th, and NQ created a higher low. This is bullish divergence. And I was saying yesterday that if we close above this daily fair value gap on NQ or ES, then I think the market continues higher. Could definitely get back to all-time highs by the end of January. The one thing that I'm going to be monitoring is whether January ends red or not. That is a big deal. Especially when we miss the Santa rally. I've shared this with you guys as well, at least in the Discord I have. But if you don't get a Santa rally, meaning the last 5 days of December aren't positive, which was the case here, then if you get a negative January as well, the chances of the year being negative is 70%, right? So we definitely don't want to see a negative January. I personally don't think that's going to happen with the inauguration coming up. I'm not saying that it's going to be gangbusters, but I think that between now and the inauguration, which is actually in 5 days, I think the market ends slightly green. Right now, as of yesterday, if you look at the SPY, we're down 0.66 for the month of January. So with this push up, it should take us to the green if it holds. And on QQQ for the month, we are down 1.2%. So this should take us to the green if it holds as well. So let's see. But we definitely don't want to end January red. So let's see what they're talking about rate cuts here. Hold on.
What does it say now? 65. It's 68 right now. So that's up 10 points, the possibility of a June cut. But look, the market still can't get its arms or its brain around the idea of a second cut. Right? That's where the market's been. And I don't think there's any reason to actually change that because of what Priya was talking about the fiscal policy uncertainty, and then also what Peter was saying, which is, I'm going to take what Peter said in normal English and put it into monetary policy speak, which is that they need to have the confidence that inflation is headed back to the target. And this is like a wrestling match where it's like 1, 2, and then the guy got up again. So we got to start counting again to have that confidence inflation's coming back.
Can we really
down.
get to 2?
We need to do 0.2s. Oh, and that reminds me of one other thing, which is all this matters for, you guys can't do this on the fly, can you? Calculate what this means for the PCE? Because later today, in about an hour or so, I'll start to get the guys who will plug in their numbers into their PCE model. Right. And one of the things that happens there, Becky, is that housing is not as big a part of it. There are some other components that are bigger parts or smaller parts.
So PCE may read hotter, even though we're...
All right, so one of the things I'm looking at here very intently is the fact that S&P made a higher high on the hourly and NQ made a lower high. Remember, as I was saying yesterday with regards to PPI, we tend to see a sort of mean reversion effect based on the data. So this right here can be manipulation. And what ends up happening, just like you guys saw yesterday, was, we end up losing this move and then make another move and then end up losing it, right? That same thing definitely can happen today before the positive news of, inflation coming in as expected takes shape, tomorrow, Friday, and then leading into the inauguration next week. But yesterday we had an epic long on NQ in the afternoon. It ran up to about 150 points on NQ. If you want a recap of that trade, I actually posted it on my X account. I posted a recap of that trade. So if you want to see it, it's right here. I was trading it live in the Discord and commenting on it, and I recorded it for you guys. So if you want to see it, it's right there. But that was yesterday. I think I took that trade at 1 p.m. It was Eastern time. It was right after lunch. All right. So that's it for CPI, and now we just look at what it is that we're going to trade. Can I start trading on my funded now or not? I have no idea who you are. How do I know if you're funded? Anonymous, thank you so much for your donation to St. Jude's. It's usually donation to St. Jude's. We switched it up because of the immediate need in California for the fires. And God bless the Biden administration for sending California residents $700. Imagine you lose your fucking house and there's like, here's $700. You can't even buy groceries for 2 weeks with $700. So anyway, fire relief needs all the help that they can get. Not only the fire department, obviously the citizens here, your fellow American citizens here. So we will continue to do fundraisers surrounding the fires because it is just an absolute joke, the response to the fires on all levels, the fire department, the people involved. Decent Iger donated $20 to LAFD. Appreciate you. Tommy Luck, thank you so much for your donation as well. Thank you guys. Tobias says $700 is more than nothing. Imagine being that obtuse. Yeah, bro, it's more than nothing. But we're not a third world country. We're out here sending billions of dollars to Ukraine and Israel. But when we have a hurricane or a fire, all of a sudden we have alligator arms. Anyway. Better than nothing. Yeah, the guy's a tool. I'm not trying to short the market here, that's for sure. Although I do think that we will get potentially violent whipsaws here. MP3 Fitness, appreciate your donation, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all those who donate. Where do you live stream on the Discord? Usually in the Discord, I live stream every morning, but these big events such as CPI, PPI, FOMC, I live stream on YouTube. But I'm not sure what you mean where. Here's the trade happening in live time. In this bullish unicorn here. Up $400 per contract. Up 600, up 700, up 1,000. Up $2,400 per contract. Putting my stop here. I mean, it's literally all there for you. If you can read, then the alert's there. Not sure what you're whining about. Briggs, appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. No, Melcher was making fun of Tobias's comment. It wasn't his comment. Show them members winning the same trade. Oh, from yesterday? Yeah. Wow. Tears. I didn't know you took this on so many accounts. 1,600 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 accounts. There's Captain Joe's position in his real money account. Anyway, it's all there. You can pause the screen and read it if you want. I just thought you had a video stream. Imagine being that pedantic. Bro, Sultan donated $500 to LAFD. Dude, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. One thing I respect about that guy, Sultan, anytime that I've ever called out a winning play, he donates a portion of it, regardless of the cause. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much, man. It means a lot. Appreciate it. So we're about 40 minutes from market open. Obviously, indices rallying. Man, RTY at 3%. I hope this just holds. I hope the Russell 2000 holds. I want to see these calls. I want to see these calls. I told you guys about these calls yesterday, so for those of you that were on the live, you had a chance to get them. I hope that holds. But yields are falling, which means that the dollar is also likely losing steam here. You can see the dollar dropping, which means that gold is likely going to rally. What will happen to gold with Batch becoming new reserve? What?
December CPI coming in cooler than expectations. The futures right now, as you can see, up 682 immediately move. I think we were up like 150, and then the number came out was 450. So it happened immediately. And the yield curve moved, Bitcoin moved, everything moved. Here's Treasuries. It may not see quite as big move here, but 468 now on the 10-year. And then I think Bitcoin's 98.5 or 98.3, something like that. 98.9, wow, 99. So that's on 2.5% after a big day yesterday.
Okay, so joining us right now on how the Fed is likely to view this week's inflation data, Roger Ferguson, former Fed vice chairman, as well as a CNBC contributor. And let's just do it this way. Let's say you happen to get a phone call from Jay Powell right now, and he said, did you see the CPI numbers? What do you think I should do about that?
Look, funny way to ask the question. Look, I think the Fed is looking for trends. The market's very excited about a slight move one way or the other. The truth of the matter is, underlying all of this, the economy is strong, the labor market remains strong, and inflation is, if it's moving to the 2%, it's moving glacially. And so I think the answer is you stand pat at the next meeting, wait for more information to get a clearer view. And obviously,
yeah, I didn't check on what are the expectations here in terms of the Fed. Let's see real quick. I haven't checked on this in a while, actually. So January 29th, we have FOMC. Most are predicting a hold. March 19th, 30% predicting a cut, 70% predicting a hold. May 7th is about 50-50. June is when we get the first cut priced in. Now, this is what's interesting. Do you think that Trump will be able to hold his tongue between January and June? Or will he continue to try to pressure Jerome Powell publicly to lower rates? That's where I think, based on this data and other data, I haven't guessed the Fed cut or Fed raise wrong since this whole thing started. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm saying that it's actually been pretty predictable. And I don't think this has ever been wrong during the hiking cycle or the cutting cycle. But I think that this year is the first year of this hiking and cutting that I think this will be wrong at least once, because I'm not going to underestimate the type of pressure that Trump is going to be putting on Powell, right? And by the way, the president historically doesn't have any jurisdiction over the Fed, but it's just, he's relentless in his criticism. So publicly, he's going to try to grind Powell down, in my view. Would you be able to explain to a noob, since I'm bag holding NMHI stock? Yeah, here's what I'll explain to a noob. Bag holding is not an option, and I don't I don't invest in penny stocks. So I will tell you that the sooner you get into the habit of buying quality mega cap stocks, the better your portfolio is going to look. And by the way, I've converted hundreds, if not thousands of people into this mindset. People that are coming in from 2020 where there was an opportunity to trade stocks, penny stocks, meme stocks, etc. Like, we were all trading Neo and Luckin Coffee and, Lucid and stocks like this. All of the SPACs, we were all trading that stuff because it was lucrative. But in terms of an investment, you're shooting yourself in the foot by bag holding bullshit stocks just because they're cheap. That's not a way to invest. You're psyching yourself out saying that I need to buy cheap stocks, so I'm going to find the cheapest stocks possible, and now I'm going to bag hold them. That's not how to invest, bro. You're just trying to pick a winner, and most likely you're going to fail at it. So you know, if you are going to participate in the market, at least give yourself a chance to win. And bag holding penny stocks is not the way. You know, like if you look at all the stocks, in my alerts, they're all mega cap stocks at major discounts, right? Uber, Nvidia, AMD, ASML, SPY, QQQ, Toyota, Tesla, obviously, Google, right? They're just buying mega cap stocks that have tanked, and none of it is buying. I don't know what is NMHI. That stock is $1.50. So since you asked for advice as a noob, that's my advice for a noob. That whatever you're doing, and whoever taught you that, stop doing that. Because you're going to make no money in the market. Now, stocks like momentum stocks, you know, like QBTS or whatever, it's fine to trade them, but even then you have to have exact levels. Like I will buy it here, I will exit here, I will take profit here. Not this stock is $1.50. I can afford $1.50. I'm going to buy a lot of this. Oh shit, it's now 50 cents. What do I do? It's not investing, bro. Like, you know, and apologies if that sounds harsh, but the market is harsh. The market is harsher than I can ever be. So hopefully you remember this and turn things around. How to join your Discord? If you can't figure it out, it's like right under the description. It's right there. It's in the description, bro. I wonder if we get a counter move here before going back up. Overall, we do have bullish divergence. Oh, hell yeah. Uber's up $1.30 pre-market. I might wait, what calls do I have on Uber? Oh, March. Okay. Yeah, I think technically this is a great setup. Another setup that I really like for a swing. Oh, you son of a. Is Datadog. Oh, fuck. I posted this yesterday. When did I post this? Damn it. I posted this yesterday. No, 2 days ago now. I totally forgot to buy it. I think this is one of the best technical setups in the market right now. Look at this on the weekly, right? You have this level that we popped to February 24th, popped above, and are now retesting it in this fair value gap. And then you also have this air gap here on the daily. I really like this setup. Man, hopefully it comes back down a little bit. Maybe I'll get into March calls. I'm not a huge fan of buying and holding this company, but just for a swing. Also, you have a clean ass trend line right here. Look at that. Meow. I might get back into NVIDIA calls. I mean, it's an okay level, but probably going to wait for it to break 136. We'll see. What is Tesla doing pre-market? $409. I think Tesla has a shot here. It's still hamstrung by this trend line, by the way. My bet is that it pops out of here. I was hoping it would come down to that 360 level, which I really like. But I don't think that's going to be the case. So between now and January 29th is the Fed meeting, and I think the market has no reason to really tank between now and then, especially if the rates continue to drop like this. Now, if this is a fake out on the 10-year and the 10-year continues to go up, maybe. Guys, there was like 3,500 of you here at one point and only 179 thumbs up. Let other people find the stream. This is good information, I promise you. And once the market opens, we're going to be trading live. If you want me to stick around, at least half of you hit that thumbs up. It might come down to 360 if earnings suck ass. No, I don't think that you've looked at how Tesla earnings are. What is more important than Tesla earnings? Tesla deliveries. There's a reason that deliveries come out well before earnings. And there's a reason that the earnings move is usually muted. Z, you don't seem to understand why they don't hit the likes. Yeah, I don't understand. Why don't you enlighten me, Dallas? Riot range trading has been good. Oh, man, you know what? Like Riot and Mara, they pay pretty well in terms of cash secured puts. I mean, sorry, not cash secured puts. Covered calls. So all I've been doing on Riot and Mara is just selling cover calls against my shares. So if you look here, I have 5 Riot covered calls that are up 41%. But yeah, because Riot is is ranging every time it has. I have 500 shares, nothing like too crazy, but every time that it rallies, I end up selling calls, and I haven't been assigned once. And if I'm assigned, I'm happy because I think these are 14 calls. The last calls I sold were 17 calls, but yeah, if they take my shares at $14 per share, awesome. I'll be in profit. So I don't particularly, especially after MicroStrategy came out with its scheme, I think that MicroStrategy, the way that it handles Bitcoin and trades Bitcoin is a lot better. It's a much better business model than the miners. That's what I'll say. If you want to join the Discord, for those who are asking, I pinned the comment at the top. You'll see it here. Trade with me live every day at market open. That Nightbot, click that. Click that. All right. Miners are doing the same now. Yes, but not to the extent that MicroStrategy is. Nowhere near the extent that MicroStrategy is. They can't afford it. That's the difference. Plus, in order to do that, you need the demand for the convertible bonds, right? Investors are much more likely or much more inclined, if they are going to buy these convertible bonds, to buy MicroStrategy ones and not, some company that has an office in the back of a Best Buy parking lot. I really don't want to short the market, but if we do get a setup, I will. Not because I'm bearish, but because it is CPI. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a retracement before a move back up. Will Palantir break 100 this year? It can. I mean, it's based on momentum. I think it's highly overvalued, but that doesn't mean much if the market is in a bull market, right? But when you're priced for perfection, that's usually when, if you have a quarter or two of not meeting those perfect expectations, that's usually when you can suffer. So, what do you think of NVIDIA? What do you think of NVIDIA? In terms of what? I like their chips. I have an NVIDIA chip in this computer. Palantir is more overvalued than NVIDIA? Yeah, it's not even close, dude. Subscriber from Belgium, when are the inflation numbers coming out? How about you use a little bit of Google, bro? It's afternoon in Belgium. You have no excuse for being late. They're already out, bro. Don't ask me what they are. Google them or rewind this. Don't make others suffer for your lateness. If we lose this level, I think it can drop pretty heavily. So maybe 50% of the move here. I think we can drop to Wait, let me look at NQ. Yeah, I think we can retrace to at least 50% of this move here, to that green line. Are you bullish or bearish on NQ? For what time frame? What do you mean? Like forever? I hate to short such a strong day, but I think it will give a retracement. I think we'll go down to at least that green line before market open. Guys, hit that thumbs up. There's 1,000 people here. Inflation came in better than expected on the core side. Year over year came in as expected. 2.9. That's why you're seeing the market rocketing here. I want to take a short term. Short term, sure. I think we get to that green line, at least. What platform uses trade futures? Thinkorswim and Tradeovate, as well as prop. So I have my prop accounts and my Tradeovate real money accounts in the same copier. Is Fubo TV investable? What do you like about it? You tell me. I typically don't invest in garbage stocks, but what do you like about it? Lay out your case for me, and I'll go over it. Fun day ahead. Yeah, we had a 150-point long on NQ yesterday. It was one of my best days this year. And I had it copied across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I had it copied across 14 accounts. Good news for those in TLT for the day. Yeah, you want to continue to see inflation come in as expected. But in the long term, no, you need the 10-year to drop. The 10-year is being a stubborn little bug. I think the open is going to be super violent. I'm not bearish overall, no, but I do think that we'll get a retracement. I do think we will get a retracement. Someone said there's bearish SMT. I only see the SMT on the higher time frame. But I think potentially what can happen is that that's what I think can happen. Maybe I'll take a crack at this. Maybe, baby. So we have the bearish high time frame SMT. ES is in that daily fair value gap. Why not? I'll take one contract on this. This is, let's see, hold on. It's 917. I would rather get a higher entry here. So 8. So my stop limit would be This is risky because the market open is going to be pretty violent. And even if my shit plays, I don't want it to stop me out and then go. But it's a pretty big risk to, pretty big reward to risk. Like the risk is minimal. It's about $400 for the stop. Versus 1,300 for the take profit. And I'm not bearish. It's just a retracement down to 50% of the move. Do I do that? The only thing I don't like, obviously, is just the time, right? Market open can go boop, and then boop. But hold on. Actually, if I think about this, if I don't have a limit there, okay, let's think about this from a game theory perspective. If I don't have a limit there and price starts moving at the open, then I can monitor it and then enter it. If price just tanks at the open, then I wasn't going to enter it anyway because my price is up here. So the best thing to do is to wait, because then at that point I get the advantage of monitoring it, and if it just spikes, it doesn't take my order. So let's see. try a few micros. I don't really want to trade micros. Not for this size account. And I'm not thumbing my nose at micros. I'm just saying, from my perspective, I take a risk. Oh, I'm fine with the minis. Hi, can I get an update on CPI? No, I already went over it 1,000,000 times, as well as live streamed the actual CPI drop. So what you can do, good sir, is you can rewind this exact stream that you're watching. Are we going to be live trading? No, I'm going to be doing stand-up comedy for you all day. That's why you're here. Patience, bro, patience. How do you like the standing desk? I'm actually levitating right now. I'm not even standing. It's awesome. Puts? Well, you're going to have to wait until market opens. But no, I don't suggest puts, because getting in and out of puts, you have to be really quick. And this is why I favor futures over options for day trading. Another chart that I was looking at was Home Depot. No, fuck, man. Everything I was looking at is up. Oh, you son of a monkey. I was looking at Home Depot because this level right here is so important. March high became September high, then became November low. We're right at it again. And we had bullish divergence between the price and the RSI. Everything is up today? Yeah, but I mean, it's up disproportionately. Uber. I need a bigger move than this. I need Uber back at 68. Is Justin still with you in the Discord? Yeah, of course. Justin is actually right here. Guys, if you want to trade live with me every day in the Discord, click that first link that's at the top of the chat, or it's in the description. You, sir, are so cocky. That's what your mother says. Weird. You guys both have the same description of me, but for different reasons, though. What is your favorite book? Trading related, you mean? Or just in general? I meant that not in a bad way. Oh, apologies. Do you always trade live, or do you sometimes trade alone? Yeah, I mean, I trade live every day, and I take trades on my own. Yeah, I'm not live 24/7. My favorite trading book is probably The Best Loser Wins. I think I think there isn't a better book than that. Okay, 5 minutes until market open. Mr. Call to 361 sounds feasible? No, it sounds feasible if you bought it yesterday. You want to buy it when IV spikes? I don't get that. I don't quite understand that. I think most people that buy options have no idea how to trade options. I'll be honest. You want to spot setups beforehand, dude. You know, kind of like how we did with Uber or IWM, right? You want to spot setups. You want to learn how to. Here, I'll give you some free game. You want to. It's not that hard, by the way. You're either right or you're wrong, and if you're wrong, your risk is limited. But you want to learn how to spot setups, and all you really need to do is learn how to draw a horizontal line, right? So the reason that I liked Uber at this level, I want you to pay attention to this right here. Market opens in 4 minutes, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I want to give you some value, right? If you go all the way back here, you see Uber in 2021 created this high, right? Same level that it consolidated here. Finally broke above, then consolidated as support, finally broke above. We took liquidity below it, came up, tested it again, right? And then we fell below it during that robo-taxi news that supposedly was the Uber killer. And now you can see Uber popping above and retesting it. It's that same level. So if all you did was drew a, small rectangle here, you could see how important this level is. So what you really need to do is, if you're, bullish on this retest, the retest means calls are cheaper because it's on a down day, right? So you essentially just want to have an exit point, and you don't want to risk more than 1 to 2% of your account, and you want to go give yourself some time to be right? The thing is, people buy short-term options on spikes because they're chasing. That's not how to do it. You want to buy them when they're cheap, and you want to give yourself enough time to hold it. So I bought Uber, it popped, came back, popped. Like, I'm just holding it here because my level is not a threat. If it goes below this level, then I'm out, and that's fine, right? But what most people do is they buy short-term options at the highest IV, and then they bag hold them, and then they go to zero, and they wonder why they're unprofitable. So small little lesson there. Best Loser Wins by Tom Hugard. Yes. All right, 2 minutes until market open. A ban on TikTok can be great for Meta. I don't think TikTok gets banned. If Trump doesn't want it banned, I don't think it gets banned. And he doesn't. The first 50% of that book is garbage stories. Okay, cool. Imagine thinking stories from a trading veteran is garbage. I'll sit down and listen to a trading veteran talk stories all day. All right, market just opened. Let's see if we get a retracement. Oh, NQ did retrace a little more than ES. But I think this retracement is money here. Let's see if it gets past this. We still have that bearish divergence here. Let's see if NQ wants to resolve it. I might take this scalp short here to get down to that green level, either NQ or ES first, but I want to see how this 3-minute candle reacts. If it closes above this level, then I won't take it. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, that's a daily fair value gap, bearish divergence. Five-minute fair value gap. Isn't CPI released at 8:30? Yeah. Who said it wasn't? You're acting as if someone told you it wasn't. RTY losing a bit of steam. All right. I'm going to take an ES scalp short here. Let's see if we get some follow through. I don't know if that 0.5 is a tall task, but let's see. Up 325 here. Almost 400, guys. 425. Push it. Let's see if we can get to that 0.5, guys. I don't want to see bullish divergence here. Keep dropping. Like I said, after CPI, we tend to get a retracement. I'm not bearish on the day, but perfect retracement. I would love to keep going here. 500, guys. Let's go. My stop is at break even, though. Let me remove my former stop here. 600. Can we get down to the 0.5? Either NQ or ES takes that 0.5 amount. Whichever one does it first. 700, guys. Come on, don't break me even. Keep going. It only wanted the 0.3. Oh, man, I was playing for a bigger move. All right. Hopefully you guys banked on that. Was up 700. I could have banked it, but I was playing for a much bigger move. Almost 27 points on ES. I would not short again, guys. That was it. That was the move I was looking for. Was hoping that either NQ or ES would get to 0.5. Neither did, but this is not another shorting opportunity. But glad you guys booked it. A lot of you took the win. So happy you booked it. We'll find another one. We will find another one, ladies and gents. Got out when it touched the weekly top? What weekly top? Oh, here? Holy shit, I didn't see this. Hell yeah. Our IWM calls are up 75%. Up 1,600 on these. Let's go. Wow. These are the ones I shared with you guys yesterday too. They were up 20, but when I streamed yesterday live, they were up 25%. End of day, they were up 29, and now they're up 76. What app is that? This is Public. It's a trading app based in New York. In my opinion, the best platform right now if you're trading options or if you're buying high yield accounts. Their high yield bond account pays 7.09% right now. But yeah, options trades are free. Hell yeah. What are those Uber calls? Okay, respectable. Those Uber calls are back up to 33%. I only have 2 of them on this account. But I have Uber Leaps in my IRA. I'm going to keep monitoring this because RTY was up 3% pre-market. I'm going to probably hold these. We have a month left. And they're up 75%. Already in the money because I bought the 220s. But yeah. Hell yeah. Now it's up to 225. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Absolute manipulation. Oh, man, this guy. I thought I banned this guy. He was calling for a 15% crash. He's going to come here and derail the chat. All right. Let's see if we can set up another trade, guys. He ruined my morning coffee? I know, bro. He ruins the morning coffee, the evening cigar. He ruined it all. Demon tool. Yeah. 2-minute uni what? Short or long? No, I'm not shorting this, bro. That short, well, that was it. That was the extent of the short. So if you made bank, good job. If you broke even, still good job. Good risk management. But that was it. How many of you took the IWM calls from yesterday? Let's see who's paying attention. Let's see. Is the dollar going up here? Oh, yeah, the dollar's in a fair value gap on the daily. Nice, guys. Very nice. He live after the CPI released. Imagine being that much of a fucking dildo. I can't go back in time. What are you complaining about? I was live during the CPI. CPI is over. What do you want me to do? Keep telling you what the CPI was? You can Google it. I was live during CPI. We covered it. The people that were here got the coverage, and now we're trading. Stop being a pain in the ass. Would you short if we take weekly high? You're trying to short a 2% day. That's insane. The only reason that I shorted ES, it was a very, very, very small move. It was just from here to here. That's it. What I'm trying to do is long RTY here. If you look at ES and NQ, from that little drop, but RTY obviously up bigger in percentage, but doesn't look as strong intraday here. But it has more to go in this daily fair value gap. I think it can get to 20, 23, 25-ish. It's just not setting up yet for a long. Can we take 230 calls now? You can do whatever you like, bro. I'm not your parent. You can do whatever you like. Guys, for IWM, for that ES short, hit that thumbs up. If you want me to find you another trade, we We need 100 more thumbs ups. Get it to 600 likes. Thank you so much for your streams, getting so much out of it. Hell yeah, Gareth. That's what it's all about, bro. Kenan, you're funny, bro. You know what looks interesting? Crude oil. Actually, yeah. Let's look at this for a second. See, the problem with gold is on the hourly, it looks super bullish. And on the daily, and the 4 hour, it doesn't. A lot of conflicting narratives here. So let me see. If we come up here, can I short gold? Like it might give us, because it always gives it, gold routinely retraces to OTE. Antonio, appreciate your donation, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for your donation so much. I don't have a good high time frame read on gold, okay? Low time frame. It looks like a short, but where would your stop be? I'm gonna wait. I need a big retrace up this fair value gap. I can't take it prematurely. The stop will be too big, and the take profit is not. I mean, London low is right there. That is a 3.5 to 1. This is not an A+ trade. You can take it. It's not an A+ trade. My left screen froze. How do I restart this? 1 second. Let me see something real quick. Yes, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay. I restarted the capture on OBS. Sorry. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, still calling for 15% market crash tomorrow? This idiot has minions now. This I can believe guy, that guy is demon. This guy's getting banned as well. Fuck this guy. All right. Yeah. So this gold trade here is not A plus. Entertainable, but it's not A plus. I swear they all come from the same country. Yeah, I had the same exact thought. I might want to go long RTY here. We have equal highs too. Let's see. Where did that stop though? I don't know that it gets all the way up there. I like a long here on R2Y. But I want to take an A plus trade here. Oh, yeah. I think RTY eventually gets up here. So if you look at this, we have equal highs right here. And there is this daily fair value gap here that isn't mitigated. So I think RTY does have more room to go. I just want to catch it from an A+ setup. Let me see something. Which could be this, but I mean, this is not really an A+ setup. It could move from here, but I'm going to be patient on this one. Gold is dropping, but like I said, I needed to take it from higher up to justify it. Yeah. Oh, VIX is tanking. VIX was 22 2 days ago. Now trading at 16 and change. Okay. So I might buy NVIDIA calls again. So I had bought NVIDIA calls, and then when we dropped below 133, I offloaded them. But I like this level here. A lot of confluence at this level. Resistance, support, support, support. Yeah, I might roll the... So I have short-term Uber calls here. Aside from the Uber calls in my public account, which those are also up. So I have these two, right? I have the March 21st Uber calls. These are up 40%. But I have 15 of the February 7th Uber calls, and these are up 1,800. So these expire in February 7th. The other ones expire March 21st. So I might take profit on these. They're up $2,000 today. So I might take profit on these and roll them into NVIDIA calls and then leave the March 21st Uber calls. Because I'm still bullish on Uber, but this is how you play around with different expirations, right? So the February 7th ones are up. Well, I have more of them, but they're up, even percentage-wise, they're up more in the day because they're shorter dated, right? But they're also going to have the most theta. So I might want to secure those. Leave the March 21st ones in the public account open. And then roll these Uber calls into NVIDIA. Let me see where Uber's at right here. Hold on. Oh my God. Big push here. 1 second thought. This is the move I was looking for, right? So when I sent out those, when I sent out the Uber calls, it was based on this chart here. So this is what I want to see. But do I let it ride out for one more day to see if we can get to that 68 level here and then offload those February 7th calls and keep the March ones? Decisions. Yeah, but no, I mean, my decision is based on whether I just want to offload the shorter term calls, not Uber in general. I like Uber a lot. I've been calling on that since December. I'm going to decide on this probably by lunch. Eek. What expiration? I'll decide later, but I'll send it out in the Discord. So, I mean, guys, if you want my analysis on all this stuff well ahead of time, use the link in the description. Most people pay $100 plus just to stream some bullshit TV that's not beneficial to you. You can come watch us trade live every day. Why would I trade with the volume indicator? I don't need volume. I think there's another short on gold here, all based on Dixie's move. Stop being an asshole. Give me an entry. All right, so there's a breaker there and a fair value gap and 830 and an order block and VWAP. Holy bananas. Marvin, appreciate your donation, man. Thank you for being a stand-up guy. I think we can get to London low. I wonder if it comes back up. This is all based on the dollar here. Da, 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 da. You ass muncher. Oh man, that was a unicorn short. That's going to London low. Bullshit. I'm glad I didn't take that RTY long. Looks a bit weaky here. What is the dollar doing? Let's see. You son of a cookie monster. Ay, ay, ay. Ooh, I actually don't like the dollar here. I'm out of this. I'm out of this. I'm out of this. I just saw something on the dollar I didn't like. If the dollar tanks from here, I think gold rallies past this. I'll reposition a better short on gold. But if we reject from here and take out these lows on the dollar, then I think gold rallies. So I can't take that. Even though it looks good, but not with the dollar here. The dollar would have to break above this for me to take a gold short. It's a good level, but I don't like where the dollar is here. So where would the dollar need to break? I'm just saying if it rejects this fair value gap here, right? Because it moved up to 50% of this. So if it rejects here, then I think gold gets past this to at least this level. That's why I couldn't short there. Even though you do have a lot of nice compliments there, and if you said I'm shorting there, I wouldn't begrudge you. But for me, not with the dollar here. I entered gold short. It's not a bad level. It's just you have to also be doing fundamental analysis when you're trading commodities. And for me, this in the dollar means that gold will likely pass this. See, this is what I'm talking about. I bet you gold gets above this. But I'm not rooting against your position. If you're in it, I hope it works out for you. It's just, for me, I can't take it just yet. Why is the market so bullish? Why would it be bearish? All right, guys, we have one more macro coming up. Excuse me, 1 second. Does this have water? Yes. We have one more macro coming up for the AM, the 1050 macro. Hopefully I can find a trade for you guys. See, it pays to know fundamentals here. Doesn't need to be bearish, but this is an exaggerated move. Based on what? Your thoughts? Based on what? This is the type of stuff you need to eliminate from your mind. These things make zero sense. This is an exaggerated move. Based on who? Based on what? Right? The market has been down since middle of December. We've been in a downtrend. So why wouldn't, after we get to a major technical level, like I told you, if you've been following the channel, right? The election gap gets filled. A good CPI print comes in and we rally. Like we were down 5%. The amount of astonishment that people have when it comes to the market is wild to me. Like they have all these preconceived notions that, I don't know, they just wake up with these thoughts thinking that the market should do what they think. The market has taken a beating for almost a month straight, right? 5% down since December 13th, since Friday the 13th. They are astonished when they're not in positions. Yes. If you're in a position and you position yourself properly, then you wouldn't be astonished. Do you have a course on fundamentals specifically? No, not one course on fundamentals. Fundamentals are very hard to get a sense of completely. There's a lot of moving parts, right? There's rates, there's the dollar, there's commodities, Do you trade US 30? Why would I trade US 30? I live in the US, so I can trade the actual index. Why would I have to trade a CFD? What do you think about taking qubits for a gap fill? Which gap? There's two gaps. I do think fundamentals course would be really good. Yeah, dude, but fundamentals are all encompassing. It's very hard to cover everything. It's not like an options course where I can literally cover every type of option known to man, or a futures trading course, right? It's like there's so many moving parts. Like I spend more time doing fundamental analysis than technical analysis, not because I think it's important, but there's just a lot more Googling to do, right? Like for instance, I wanted to know how does January typically perform when we don't get a Santa rally? The only way that I would know that is by Googling, and then I find this article, right? That the fundamental portion of things takes a lot of research. Now you can have fundamental analysis as it relates to stocks, meaning, you know, looking at cash flows, looking at balance sheet, et cetera. For that, I would say watch the last recording in the investing call. We had an investing call last Sunday. I'm not going to click this because then everyone will be able to get the Zoom link and password, but click that and watch that last call. And I go through how to evaluate a company, but it's not going to be the end all be all for fundamentals. Fundamentals is going to be an ongoing journey. Eek. Qubits if you close above 682. So you just want to chase a stock that has moved up 30+%. What's your take on Tesla? Good. Tesla put or short? Good luck. Might be stupid, but aren't these live streams? Are you doing it for free? Dude, it's CPI day. I always go live on YouTube on CPI. What are you talking about? You want me to not go live on CPI? That's fine. You can hop off the stream. All right, my market crash prediction is playing out. Kenan, are you still on the call? Didn't mean today, particularly about over a week now. Dude, what is your issue? You want me to go live less? I don't get it. People are so weird, dude. Kenan, this guy's name is Nifty Bone Meal. Where do you think he's from? Just a question out of curiosity. I don't understand how, like, there's just so much weirdness online. Like, I'm streaming for CPI. You don't want me to stream for CPI? Then, I don't know, go play in the park. if it's not an event, yeah, I'm streaming. I only stream on YouTube pre-market. Otherwise, for market open, I'm streaming in the Discord for market open until New York lunch. I really don't understand what's the issue here. Did the fires hit near you? Yes. About 6 miles away. At what price would you consider a long on the Canadian dollar? I don't trade Forex. It's all right, Tony. Appreciate it, man. Wait. Is there oil news today? 10:30. Crude oil inventories just came out. Let me see something. I think there might be a short on oil soon. Why do you not trade Forex? I don't know. Why don't you play basketball? It's just not my thing. I live in the US, so I have access to a wide array of commodities and derivatives. Why would I trade Forex if I could trade futures and options? Plus, the spreads in Forex are horrible. I think there might be a short on oil soon. We took out Tuesday's high. What I'm trying to see is, do we also take out Monday's high, or is this the high for the day? Inventories just came out 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't think that, you should be trading a million things. Like stick to one thing that suits, your access, your knowledge base, your time, your budget. And if you live in the US and you have access to futures and options, there's very little reason, in my view, to trade Forex unless, you have a specialty in the Forex markets. That's a different story. If you're really good on foreign currency fundamentals, if that's like your interest, awesome. But it's not particularly my interest. Options plays on D-Dog. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the Discord. So if you want my options on that, sign up below. I'll post it outside of the Discord afterward, like a few days or maybe a week afterward. But if you want it in real time, okay, we have a macro coming up in 6 minutes. One second. I really want to see if we get a setup here. Now the dollar's rallying. Let me see another retracement here. Robinhood was charged? Really? When was that? Oh, you're talking about an old news story. You made it seem like it was something current. Oh, 2 days ago? I know, but you made it seem like the pop today was after the news was released. You want to short NQ? 2% day on NQ, you want to short? I mean, I think there will be a short-term short, yeah. Interesting. Another round of bearish divergence here. ES making a higher high into this daily and 4-hour fair value gap. And NQ making a lower high. Yes, correct. The beige book is at 2 p.m. Thank you. China stocks. What's the question? I'm really looking to entertain an oil short here. Appreciate it, Two Towers. I have AMD Leaps expiring in September. Thoughts on whether you think it's a good options trade? I don't know. Why did you buy it? What's your thesis? I don't know if it's a good options trade. I don't know when you bought it or why you bought it. Can you please advise on Tesla stock? Is it a buy now? Yes, 5% day, near all-time highs. Buy it now. Not when it was at 200 or even 300 or even below 200, but now. Guys, if you're interested in certain stocks, you have to get in the habit of getting comfortable buying them when they're at a discount. Not just because your feelings of FOMO are spurred due to recent price action. If you were bullish on Tesla, you would already be in it. All right, so 128. Let's see. Took liquidity. Broke structure. UVixie, nice price for a hedge. UVixie is horrible. It's only good if you're shorting it. If you're gonna long it, you're much better off trading VIX. Just saying it's way down if you're short, good entry price. Bro, that's not how trading works. Just because something's down doesn't mean it's a good buy. UVixie is a depreciating asset. It's a horrible way to long the VIX because it goes down disproportionately. Da, 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 da. All right, I'm gonna take a crack at a CL short here, just down to that 1 hour fair value gap right there. If it gives more, it gives more. Now, the only thing that can derail here is if it wants Monday's high versus just Tuesday's high. Remember, crude oil inventories came out earlier today. So it is a news day for oil. But we took Tuesday's high, which was yesterday. And have now started a potentially bearish market structure. And we haven't yet addressed this hourly fair value gap. So my thesis here is that, you know, we took Tuesday's high, and I want to see it dig into this fair value gap. Now, obviously, every trade is just a probability. It's just a proposition, right? Monday's high is right here. So it could want that liquidity, but I'm fine with this risk, and I'm fine with this trade. There is definitely something that I don't like here, which is this 15-minute. What is the inflation rate? 2.9%. Might get stopped out on this. Let's see. If I do, then I'm going to be looking for Tuesday's high before taking another stab here. Someone asked me about an NQ short. I mean, like I said, I think there could be a short-term short, a retracement. We didn't get to that 0.5 yet of this move here. Would you trade Mosaic? What is that? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'll go do it. That's fine. All right, stopped out on oil right there. What I'm going to be waiting for is to see if we take Tuesday's high. Watch it work out now. I really want to re-enter this here, but I have to be patient. So that red line right there is Tuesday's high. I still think a short is in the works, but do we take Tuesday's high? Yeah, I can't short this again because Tuesday's high is right there. So I have to wait for this. Sorry, Monday's high. Yes. I think you're late on Tesla, dude. Oh, awesome. Jabin. I think you're late on Tesla. If it pops above this, then trading the retest is possible. I think Nvidia is in a better spot for a swing. I'm going to set on an alert for Tuesday's high here on Monday's high, sorry, on CL. These IWM calls still up 64% here. But this could run towards 230 in the coming days. Wow, gold really stuck here and didn't play the short. So glad I didn't short that, but I did take a short on oil that I think is a bit early. I think once we get to that 79.27 level, I'll entertain it again. So I'm looking at that. Looking at NVIDIA calls for a swing, not for a day trade, but to hold for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Looking to see if Tesla breaks out here, still have the shares. Don't have any short-term options anymore, but still have the shares. I hate AMD, to be honest. I think it's a money sucker, but there could be an opportunity here with this bullish divergence between the price and the RSI. It's just not my favorite. And then Datadog, I will send out my play in the Discord, as we are now seeing a bounce from the exact level that I wanted to. I just got an alert on CL, so now taking Monday's high. You know, I probably should have waited for that, but I thought it was a great setup, and I was okay with the risk. But let's see now. So that right there, this right here is the weekly high. The only thing is, you know, this short provided a target, which was the 1 hour fair value gap. So I need a setup. I can't just short it from here. Like, I need there to be an entry model. To take it down to that hourly down here. Again, I'm not bearish on oil. If you look at it from a weekly perspective, it's breaking out of a multi-year downtrend, right? So this right here is definitely not bearish at all. But I'm just talking about a day trade. I don't own AMD shares, but I do like the fact that it's been beaten down so much in 2024. Not a reason to trade it. Sorry to tell you. It's down so much is not a reason to trade anything. What do you like about the business? Yeah, I mean, we just stay patient here and wait to see if there's a setup. Again, I wouldn't be crazy enough to think that a broad short is in the works. It's just a intraday range. INTC also moves too slow. Again, why do you like the business? It's down so much is not a thesis. Intel's a piece of shit. AMD is not as strong as people think it is. They don't look into they don't look into how far along AMD is actually in the AI space. Like, they are second to Intel in terms of the consumer PC market share of CPUs. But it's nowhere near NVIDIA in terms of AI chips. So that's clearly where the market is headed. And even then, NVIDIA is now going to release its first consumer PC chip, right? Because NVIDIA historically just deals with GPUs, not CPUs. But NVIDIA is entering the CPU game. Apple has its own processors. Tesla's considering its own processors. Like, I don't, why is it that you like AMD has to be very specific. It's not, it doesn't warrant being mentioned in the same breath as NVIDIA. Oversold on a valid great stock can be assigned to buy. No. Oversold is not a concept baked in reality. And a valid great stock is not analysis. What do you like about its AI advancements? Like, what are you waiting for in the pipeline? What chips are you waiting for? What growth do you see? What is, based on your discounted cash flow model, what value do you put on AMD? You know what I mean? Like, if you look at AMD, right? Doesn't pay dividend out of all these other stocks that do, because it can't. Overvalued. If you look at its PE ratio, the most overvalued out of all the chip stocks, even at current price, it's trading at 103 times earnings. Only Broadcom is trading higher. Revenue growth near the bottom. Revenue 5-year compound annual growth, half of NVIDIA. Net income 3-year growth, negative. So again, why do you like AMD? You might like it, but why do you like it? The lowest amount of cash out of any chip stock, $4.5 billion compared to NVIDIA's 39. Broadcom's almost 10, TSM 68, Qualcomm 13. So if your only reason for buying AMD is, I know the name and it's down, that's not a reason to buy AMD, sorry to say. Their chips aren't as bad. All right. A lot of consolidation here. Nothing pretty after the big move in the morning. Still holding those Uber 65 calls expiring February 7th. Up 2K on those, 2.2K just today. And I would likely make a decision here in the next half an hour what I do with them. I also have the March Uber calls. And I might roll these into NVIDIA and Datadog calls, which I will send out if I take. I closed half of my IWM position, but the remaining half is still up 64%. And the Uber March 21 calls are up 44%. Took a short on ES in the morning, was up 700 per contract, stayed in, got taken out at break even, and then I took a short on oil as it took out yesterday's high, but got stopped out waiting to see if we get a position here after taking out the weekly high. So those are the only things I'm looking at today. If you want all of my real-time alerts, make sure you come join us. Link is in the description below. Make sure you get yourself a public account as well. This is the only regulated broker in the US that actually gives you a rebate on options trades. So not only are options trades free, but you get a rebate. That link is also in the description. But yeah, I will see the rest of you guys and girls in the Discord, and I'm gonna be sending out the plays that I take today, and we'll likely make a decision on the Uber short-term calls as well. I think yesterday we got a monster trade in the PM session on NQ. And the way that the indices are consolidating here, I think the PM session will also be a monster session today as well. When you have a big manipulative move and you consolidate here going into lunch, usually sets up for a pretty big PM session. We also have the Fed Beige Book at 2 p.m. So I think the day is not over. Thank God I didn't short gold as well, by the way. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the Discord. We'll be trading the rest of the day in there. So come join us. Get yourself a public account as well. Peace.